Donald Trump is suggesting tariffs could soon be on the way for more countries.
I'll be announcing that next week, reciprocal trade, so that we're treated evenly with other countries. We don't want any more or any less.
Trump made the comments as he welcomed Japan's prime minister to the White House today. He said tariffs are on the table for Japan if they can't reduce the roughly $100 billion trade deficit with the U.S. Trump also said he will probably be speaking with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and Russia's Vladimir Putin next week. The president also held a joint press conference with the Japanese prime minister. He answered questions from reporters on a range of topics. For more, let's bring in CTV's political analyst, Eric Ham. Eric, let's begin with Japan. You were listening in. What did you make of what you heard from the president?
You know, it's very striking because what we're seeing here is Donald Trump is coming across as very accessible and willing to engage with global leaders. But again, what we're continuing to see from him at home, particularly when you look at organizations like the U.S. Agency for International Development, the nation's premier development organization, Donald Trump has completely shuttered that. And so we're getting two different narratives, Donald Trump being the master global diplomat, but at the same time making clear that his MAGA approach is still an expansionist yet restrictive American policy.
Eric, let's expand on that a little bit with this U.S. aid and Trump's plans to slash the government's foreign agency. What ramifications could they have on the global stage?
Oh, this is huge because what we are seeing is the organization is already shuttered. In fact, now you've got thousands of employees who have been told to return back to Washington. But at the same time, we heard from Donald Trump this week, and he continues to double down on this notion that the United States will actually take over Gaza. And the agency, if that were to happen, that would actually lead that development would be the U.S. Agency for International Development. But what we're seeing right now is that agency, quite frankly, is no longer in service or operational. And the question becomes, who actually takes the lead on that when you don't have the nation's premier agency who would normally do it in effect?
All right. Eric Ham, as always, thank you for your insight.